Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Boy, do I need a haircut.
Hello, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to Northtown News Magazine.
Welcome to Northtown News. I'm Marty Levinson.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and you're watching the Northtown News Magazine with Avi Myers, but he won't let me give him a haircut.
For the identity of the real Marty Levinson, please stay tuned for the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet Hope, Chicago. 22 is 4, 4, 4, 6. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers. I did that good. Only one so far.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. Click on the pictures. It'll take you to the link that'll give you the videos. You can access the last 6.5 years of shows on YouTube, about 250,000 watched. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Community Policing, caps24.org. Community Policing is alive and well in the 24th District. So if you're in Rogers Park, West Rogers Park, a little bit of Edgewater, show up at the meetings. There's been, we've had like almost 40% the meetings Sonny and I have. Because in my spare time, I'm the beat facilitator of 2412, and Sonny's chairman of the District Advisory Committee, of the 24th District. We've had about 40 people, so it's a nice crowd and a lot of good conversation with the police, and everybody trades information, and it does make the neighborhood a safer place. It is my pleasure to, first of all, April 9th is Suburban Election Day. On this particular show, we've got two different people running for mayor, but in different cities. So it is a pleasure to introduce you to somebody running for mayor of Morton Grove, Larry Gomberg. How you doing?
Okay, Avi, thank you for having me on the show.
First of all, thank you. Why don't you tell us a little something about yourself and your background?
Okay. Well, I've lived in Morton Grove for 27 years.
Yeah.
With my wife and 3 kids.
Okay.
Twin boys and my daughter. And once I got into Morton Grove, I was already involved in politics in Morton Grove, being on a couple of commissions in Morton Grove.
So you're a civic-minded type.
I'm a civic-minded type, and I was a civic-minded type when I lived in unincorporated Des Plaines, being a community activist, you might say.
Cool.
Trying to get representation for the unincorporated area. I wasn't successful, but at least we tried.
Yeah.
We tried, and but since we moved to Morton Grove, I've been very involved in the village government there. I was on the park board in the unincorporated area, the Gulf Main Park Board. I was on the board from 81 to 85. And then we moved to Morton Grove. I worked 28 years for the county. I have some experience with bureaucracy and managing.
I would say so.
Managing a division of 40, 50 people at the time. And I was there for 28 years as a deputy chief. And so that has helped me in my a role as trustee in Morton Grove, because I have knowledge of bureaucracy and management and so forth.
Well, speaking of the county and working there, it was actually Diane Shapiro, who's been on the show a few times, who's the person who brought you to my attention.
Yeah.
So I do want to thank her for that. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane.
So what party what is your, are you a Republican, are you a Democrat? Is there a party or?
Well, not in this election.
Yeah.
This is, it's always been nonpartisan.
Yeah.
However, in Morton Grove, there's been one party in particular that's been the dominant party. It's called the Action Party.
Yeah.
And I was a member of the Action Party, and we had a falling out recently philosophically.
Not enough action from them?
Yes, that was part of it. That was part of it. But they did have. They had a very rosy view of Morton Grove, a little bit too rosy for me. We have the best, we can't do any better. I believe we can do better. In fact, my motto is we can do better together.
Yeah.
And so we've had that dominant party for a while. I broke away from them. They had endorsement sessions. They had 2 people that screened, the current mayor and one of our trustees. The endorsed person was the current mayor. They endorsed the current mayor.
Yeah.
The trustee decided that he wanted to run anyway,
Yeah.
unendorsed, in a primary under the Action Party label.
Oh, wow.
So there's quite a fight there between the mayor and the trustee.
Well, that'll definitely benefit you.
I hope so. I do.
Yeah, your party's the only other party that's running?
Well, I'm running independent.
Oh, okay.
So I've decided that because I broke away from the Action Party, my philosophy was different, and I just decided to run independent. I had heard in the village from a number of people that independent, that people were looking, the citizens were looking for somebody who was independent to run. That they were tired of Action Party, they were tired of, in '05,
Yeah.
we had the Caucus Party, I think, and we've had a Reform Party in Morton Grove. But other than, like, briefly, those parties appearing there, we've had the Action Party throughout. And people told me we're tired of the different parties and we'd like to see some independence. So I took that as my cue to try to run independently. And I think I have ideas that the other 2 candidates don't. And you know, I mean, they're running in the primary. The current mayor's running on his record.
Yeah. Of inaction.
Right, inaction. And I'll have to thank you. I'll have to use that.
Feel free.
No, thank you. Okay. And the person running against him doesn't have a big platform.
No.
He's not coming out and saying, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. He's talking about the same things I'm talking about, the transparency, the inclusion. But you can talk about transparency, you can talk about inclusion, but then you better have some sort of plans underneath those broad topics.
Yeah, it's like in Chicago. I mean, Emmanuel talked about it, and he's less transparent than Mayor Daley.
Okay. Well,
same thing with my alderman, whose name I won't mention.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Because I can't stand her. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. No comment.
Oh, listen, she's been on the
Chicago,
air, and she liked Jewish Chicago so much. When I wrote about her, she and her husband threatened to sue me.
Oh, well.
So lovely people. So how big is Morton Grove?
We have about 27,000 people.
Okay, so that makes it easier in terms. You don't have to travel the whole county to campaign.
Right. That's true. And we're trustees are elected at large.
Yeah.
So I technically represent all of Morton Grove. We don't have districts. So, but like you say, it's not.
27,000 people. That's about half a Chicago ward.
Yeah. Well.
And for those people who don't know, what are the boundaries of Morton Grove approximately?
Approximately, let's say Washington on the west. I'm thinking of Washington Avenue, which is just east of Milwaukee, where Golf Mill is.
Right.
That's the western boundary. To the Edens on the east, because once you go over Edens, you're in Skokie.
Yeah.
On the south, Oakton.
Yeah.
And on the north, Gulf roads.
Okay.
Though there's a small section of Morton Grove that really is south of Oakton, but it's a small section.
Yeah, it's a nice area, definitely. I used to, matter of fact, at one time, Cherning's was my favorite stopping point at Morton Grove.
Of course, yep. Hasn't been there for a while, but
for sure. No, definitely not.
No.
How's the campaign going? I mean, are you knocking on doors? Are you speaking at meetings, that sort of thing?
I will be shortly knocking on doors. I just put together a campaign piece, and I will be starting probably this weekend. A lot of people have this primary on their minds, and I'm afraid if I start a little too early, people are going to forget who I am, and and at the same token, a lot of people are going to ask me what's going on, because a lot of people don't even know about the primary. So when using that as a lead-in, I'm going to mention that and mention, well, here's how I differ from them, and so forth and so on. So there's plus and minuses to getting out now, but I will probably this weekend.
No, I think you're better off avoiding it. And by the way, just for reference frame point, we're filming a few days before the primary.
Right.
So not that much. And by the time this airs, of course, we're talking about 2 weeks to the election.
Right.
So make sure you vote, and make sure you vote often. Do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It's gombergformayor.com, all one word. Gomberg for
Gomberg,
Mayor, BERGFORMAYOR.com.
Okay, and I want to wish you a lot of luck in the election.
Thank you.
And it sounds like you do a really good job in Morton Grove if you wind up over there. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I want to thank my entire technical crew, Sonny Hirsch. And I'll thank Diane Shapiro again for introducing me to you, and we thank you for coming on. Stay tuned next week. We'll have a little more election stuff on the show, but for the most part, then we'll get back to community stuff. Thank you, everybody. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.